Hi.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to AAR.
Thanks for having me.
There is a code. Let's see what happens.
It's a good thing.
It's usually a patient resuscitation, but there isn't. They haven't said. So usually they'll say like code blue, and then you respond. So, and then they'll tell you where the code blue is. So they'll say, for example, code blue, emergency department, and then you respond to it. But the fact that they just buzz, it's probably meaning either one, they're testing the system, or two, they're getting ready to do an announcement.
What's the most rewarding part about being AAR?
The most rewarding part. So there's several parts that I think is rewarding as a CEO. One, which I think is really obvious, is when you see patients coming in their most, what do I call it? When a patient comes to the hospital, it's one of the most vulnerable times, yes, in a human being life. To see them come in, get better, and go home with their family, I think that is extremely rewarding. Equally rewarding is when you see a mom come in, an expectant mom, and goes home with her baby and she's really happy. So that's one from the patient side. So patients who come in and they get better, always great. To see my team grow. If you walk around AAR Hospital, you recognize that most of the staff are very young people, very dynamic, believe in innovation. So to see them explore their careers and grow in their careers, I find that to be very fantastic. Next rewarding thing is just to see AAR Hospital take the strides towards success. A new hospital open at level 5, thinking of myself day one with 0 patients to where we are now. Those are rewarding things for me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't a doctor?
Oh my God. What would I be doing if I was not a doctor? Maybe being an architect. It's one of the things that I like, or maybe interior design, exploring that creative side. If my mom had her way, I'd be a lawyer.
All African moms.
But I really think that my calling is to do medicine and to be a doctor. So even stepping away from actively practicing clinical medicine to administration is a new challenge. But I think I'm doing what God has called me to do.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So as a doctor, can you share like a successful patient story that inspired you? I know there are many because you have an illustrious career, but
one of mine's. I think one of the best ones that always stand with me. I remember, because I am an emergency doctor. I remember one day a middle-aged lady coming into the accident and emergency department, and she came in with a stroke, and everyone thought she would die. Yes, and after intervention, she went to ICU and was discharged home walking in 4 days. What? And when she's walking, she's like, So I think that is one that I remember. Those good patient outcomes. It's what you live for as a clinician. You want your patients to be well. I think that's one of the ones that I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your go-to productivity hack in the mornings?
Go-to productivity hack. I have a few. Okay. So one, I believe that you should get up early. So I'm an early riser. I'm usually up between 2:30 and 3:30 in the morning, just to plan my day, which is crazy because I go to bed sometimes at 11 p.m. at night. So that is one productivity hack. Another productivity hack is that I plan my week on a Sunday afternoon, so that I try to plan as much as possible to ensure that I know what my week looks like and I'm prepared for the week.
What would you say are the strengths of your team? What stands out to you?
One, very diverse group of young people. Two, very strong-willed group of young people with varying ideas. The strength of my team is really their diversity. We are all different. We all have different backgrounds, different ideas. The team is very innovative, quite flexible, and they are very agile. We've had to make quite a few pivots as a new hospital, and to see them make those pivots and shine is really outstanding. But even the youth, the youngest of the team, I think is actually pretty good.
What's one thing that people should know about AAR Hospital but don't?
Ooh, that's a hard one. One thing that you should know about AAR Hospital that maybe you don't. We were built for purpose. What do I mean by that? As we are currently in the outpatient department, as you look at this hospital, we took pride in building a hospital where we bring the service to the patient. So what does that mean? Imagine you've come in, you have a flu, for example, or whatever you've come in for, and you need to go to the lab or to the pharmacy. In most hospitals, you have to trek across a couple buildings. In AAR Hospital, in this outpatient, our lab is less than 20 feet, walking steps, 20 steps, and the pharmacy is right there with you. So I think that's one thing. We are really built for purpose. We take patient experience as a significant KPI for us. We want to ensure that every patient who comes to this hospital, one, feel valued, two, knows that when they came in from the beginning, we got it right in terms of their diagnosis, we treated them well, and they leave better than they came in. So if they can know just that about us, I think we've done our job.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I think so too.
Yeah. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice: don't sweat the small stuff.
That's good.
Don't sweat the small stuff. One of my mentors told me that I can be like a missile. So if I decide that this is what I'm focusing on, I can really zone in on it. And therefore, if I'm sweating the small stuff, I sometimes miss either the bigger picture or the appropriate thing to focus on. It's very difficult. It sounds really simple. Don't sweat the small stuff, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done. But I think it's one of the best advice I have ever received.
How do you maintain morale and positivity with your staff, especially during challenging times?
One is to let them know that they are valued. It's really important that my team know that, one, they are valued, two, they are seen. There's a lot that happens in healthcare that most people don't see or appreciate. There's a lot of sacrifices that the team make that sometimes is not seen. And just letting them know you are appreciated, you are valued, you are seen. I think it's one way of motivating. I try to know when is everyone's birthday and say happy birthday. I try to find out, for those who are married and are expectant, when are you due, or kids going off to school. Just letting them know, you know, that you are seen. I think that is important. And then they show up. I show up for them and they show up for me.
Wow, nice. Continue showing us around.
Okay.
What's the last book you read that made a significant impact on you?
Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. My God, yes. It made a significant impact because I think it helped me to streamline some of the things that I would do. At that point in time, I think I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and I had so many excuses of why I couldn't exercise. And it really took me through the steps, like putting the shoes at the front door so that as soon as you get in the house, you put on the sneakers, or packing the gym clothes in the car. Atomic Habit really helped me. It helped me in my personal life as well as my work life. It's a must read. If you've not read it, kindly read. It takes you about 5 days to go through, and then you go through again with a marker and highlight the lessons that you want.
So tell us, what technological advancements are you most excited about implementing at AAR Hospital?
Technological advancement. One, we are digital. We are paperless, so it means that when someone comes into this hospital, we don't print lab results. It's emailed to you. When you're going home, we do discharges. We do our discharge, and you get a PDF, so you can get it via WhatsApp or via email. So that's one. I'm looking forward to the things that we're going to do in terms of technology. We really want to be at a place where our doctors can access everything they need to for their patients offset. But yeah, the fact that we're paperless and we're doing it in Kenya, I'm excited about it.
So what's coming to me is that you really love your team and you're proud of them. What's a memorable team achievement that made you especially proud?
A memorable team achievement that made me really proud. Honestly, I can't pick one, and I'll tell you why. Because we are so new, we are doing so many fasts. First this, first that, first person to be married, first person to have family, first ward to open. You know, there are so many fasts. So I don't have one that stands out. But yeah, we've had many fasts. Yeah, sorry.
Well, that's good. That's good. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Historical figure, local or international? That one is difficult. This is when people ask dead or alive. So maybe three. Three. And interestingly enough, all three are politicians. Oh wow. Okay, so President Barack Obama. I'd just like to deconstruct his mind. Yes. First black president in America. I think quite a successful president. I'd like to deconstruct his mind. Nelson Mandela. Freedom fighter. I'd love to hear what he has to say. And then, because I'm not Kenyan, there's a gentleman by the name of Arthur Robinson, AAR Robinson. He was one of the presidents of my country, Trinidad and Tobago. And I just think he was such a brilliant guy. I'm sorry I don't have a female on this list. I can't leave my women behind. Which woman would I want to have? I'm sticking with the three men. But maybe Barack Obama. I think he was phenomenal. I like the way that he has suave. When he's speaking, he's not bothered, there's no anxiety, he's calm, he's charismatic, he's good looking. Barack Obama. Thank you so much.
As the CEO of this really big prestigious hospital,
yes,
walk us through a typical day in your role.
What does my day look like? So most morning I'm in between 6:30 and 7 a.m. So I get in and I start with a rounding of the hospital. I go to every ward just to find out how things are, if there were any challenges at night that people were experiencing, what are the patients' numbers looking like, are the patients comfortable, do we have any issues that need sorting. After that, most mornings I have something that's called a daily brief, where myself, the senior managers and middle level managers discuss how the hospital is. And again, that is the same thing, just looking at where we are, how we performed the day before, what challenges we have, what is coming for the day or the week, depending on the day. Then I move into either meetings or reviews, and that can take several hours, or crisis managing, or project managing, depending on the day. I say that my actual day for my work comes in at about 4 p.m. So at 4 p.m., I sit and I try to declutter my inbox and look at any projects that I need to have up. But in between 9:30 and 4, it's either meetings, whether internal or external. An internal meeting can be meeting with the team. I think a good one is like on a Monday. On a Monday, I don't do external meetings. On a Monday, everyone who reports to me have a one-on-one meeting. How are you? You're good. So yeah, on a Monday morning, on a Monday, I have 20 minutes meetings with everyone who reports to me, just to find out, one, how was their week before, last week? Is there anything that we discuss? Where are we with it? What are the plans for this week and what support that they need from me? And then what are my plans and what support I need from them? So, and then my day finishes about 6:37. I'm working on balance. I'm really working on ending my day earlier. So the official day finishes about 6:37, then I get home. Then after the home part of it, I then work for maybe 2 hours. Then I start it all over again at between 3:30 and 4:30 the next morning.
You're really productive.
I try. I try, but I must write things down. I have learned that if I don't document it, it didn't happen, I will most likely forget it. So my iPad is my friend, and voice dictation is also my friend. So I try to speak my thoughts and have it documented so that I can follow through.
You mentioned weight management earlier and working out.
Yes.
But what's your guilty pleasure when it comes to food?
My guilty pleasure when it comes to
food.
Anything that is food. I love my stomach. It's probably why I have to talk about working out or promising to work out and not work out. What food do I like? Okay, maybe not what I like. What I cannot have, absolutely cannot have, is shelf. Yeah. Everything else, fair game.
Are you allergic?
I'm allergic.
Aww.
I also can't have ugali.
What?
Because then I can't sleep. It's too heavy.
Oh.
But I love it. Even if I cut it in small pieces, I will still eat more than I'm supposed to. And then I am like, Jesus, why did I have ugali? But no, guilty pleasure, all food.
Oh, okay. So you've taken us through your day as the CEO. What did you say is the most interesting lesson you've learned in your position?
Most interesting lesson. I don't know that it's an interesting lesson, but what I'll say is one of the key things that I've learned is people management, relationship building, and engagement is key in this role. A lot of it is about people, the way that you deal with people. Because a lot of crisis is a person behind it. A lot of issue or challenge, there's someone behind it. So how do you navigate that space? I think that's the thing that people judge you as a CEO on. Not so much competency. You're expected to be competent. You've gotten the job. But how do you navigate relationships? How do you build relationships? How do you foster teamwork? I think those are the things that keeps coming through. And of course, it's a learning curve and getting better at it on a daily basis.
So other than coming to Kenya, what's the most memorable trip you've taken and why was it special?
Why not coming to Kenya?
Other than coming to Kenya.
Most memorable trip. Can it be one in Kenya?
Yeah.
So I have two then. So the first time I went to Amboseli and the first time I went to Laikipia. Because I love both. Why were they memorable? Amboseli was the first time that I saw elephants. And I love elephants. I think Amboseli, I was new in Kenya. It was the first time that I went to a park. Now I want to say I'm Kenyan, so I tell guys, Kenya, look, there are not parks in Kenya, but Kenya is a park. And Laikipia, because I just liked it. The weather is beautiful, and the views are nice. It's very serene, very relaxing. It was one of my first major vacations in Kenya. Kenya overall is beautiful. So anywhere in Kenya is a vacation. I wish guys knew that.
Oh wow. Having been in the country for quite a number of years, how do you see the future of healthcare evolving in Kenya?
The future of healthcare in Kenya. One, I think that it's improving. And this is what I've noticed over the years. How do I see it evolving? I see technology becoming integral in healthcare because Kenya is a very techy, innovative society. I see innovation being a big thing. The same way M-Pesa came from Kenya, I'm looking to see what is going to be the big innovative thing that comes from Kenya. Another thing that I see evolving in the healthcare space in Kenya is from the manufacturing space. Currently, a lot of what is required for healthcare, we import. So I'm looking forward to seeing the businesses that come up around that, whether it's the pharmaceuticals, whether it's the consumables. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
Okay, so you've been taking us around the hospital.
Yes.
What's your favorite part of the hospital?
I don't have a non-favorite part. I like the entire hospital. My favorite part? I have a few actually. So one, ICU, or critical care unit. I like it because of the way it's set up. It's quite modern. There's been a lot of focus on infection prevention. There's been a lot of focus on having family and support systems close to the patient. I like our maternity unit. One, because we encourage expectant fathers to be present with their spouse or their partner. Let me not say expectant fathers, let me say expectant partners to be present with their spouse or partner throughout the process. And I find that to be really good. And we've had partners go into theatre for moms who are having cesarean sections. We've had fathers there holding hands, etc. So yeah, I think those are two areas. Also, our dialysis unit is top of the line. So as you can see, I have quite a bit. As I said, I don't think there's any place in this hospital that I don't like.
You just love the whole hospital.
I do.
The whole experience.
Definitely.
What's one fun fact about yourself that will surprise you?
That I love to dance. I may not be that good at it, but I love to dance.
Break a move.
And I love music. Sorry?
Can you break a move for us?
Look at you. In front of patients. Hi, Mike. Do you know these guys are trying to track me via video?
To get you to dance.
Can I break a move for them? Do they know they have to pay for that? Hi, morning. I am so sorry. How are you?
If you could change one misconception about healthcare, what would it be?
One misconception about healthcare. maybe not a misconception about healthcare, but a misconception about doctors. That doctors are perfect. We are not. We are humans. You can't just believe. And with all human beings, it means that we are flawed. So I feel like sometimes, you put doctors here. And then you're so disappointed. No, we are human beings. Yes. So we benefit from a good exposure and from love and nurturing. We bleed just as anyone else. We're human beings.
Wow, good to know.
Ah.
I did not know that.
Really?
Imagine.
How? What did you think? We're robots.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I can give my young self. You're enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's profound.
I think so.
Yeah.
Bernard, do you want to join this interview?
What's your favorite music genre as a dancer?
I like all.
All.
Leave it on all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love music. So we start our meetings with music.
Oh,
Yes. Maybe I listen to more gospel music than anything else. But I like music.
okay, you said all, but which musician could you listen to like all day?
So I'm going home now. So home I'll say Showing Gardner. Positive. So in Kenya there's Soul to Soul.
Soul to Soul.
I'm living their music and I like. Who else? I think there's a lot, but let me be selfish and be home for a bit. So I'll say Showing Garden, Positive. Usher. Oh my god. Usher. Love Usher.
Okay, so we come to the end. So as you close, what's one thing you'd like to tell your team at AAR?
One thing,
Yeah, what one message would you like to put across?
that I appreciate them and everything that they do. Even when I don't say it, I truly appreciate the work that they do and the effort and the sacrifice that they make. They are who made me successful. Without them, I could do nothing.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For showing us around.
You're most welcome.
And for having us.
Anytime.
Anytime we'll take you up on that.
Yeah, just come. We'll buy you coffee. If not, you buy these guys, Gabriel. We'll buy these guys coffee.
And some.
He said it. I don't think he meant it, but he said sure. Bye, and thank you very much for coming. You're welcome anytime. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.